Yo. What am I thinking about? Yes. A lot of people, I've had some comments, well, not exactly public that I can actually post and share, but it's comments about how people wonder why I don't eat healthier. It's mostly because I really can't afford all that healthy stuff that everybody tries to eat. But you know what? I do with what I can, but I eat as healthy as possible by not overdosing on the spices and so on. What else do I do? So yeah, if where it goes like, oh yeah, you can buy soy milk for like $7 a thing, and I'm like, yeah, I can get more of that for like half the price on cow stuff. But you know, it's some things you can't really afford. And seriously, the moment that I could afford stuff like that, then yeah, I'll start eating some of that healthier stuff. You know, oh, cows, blah, blah, blah. Vegans say that you shouldn't eat cows. You know what? They're delicious. But really, I don't cook much meat often. I really don't. Most of my stuff I cook without meat-related stuff, but that's because, you know, for one, I can't afford it. For two, I don't see the need to constantly be cooking it. But let's see. Is that one of my rants? What I'm supposed to be talking about? I don't know. I have like 5-6 different ideas of what I wanted to talk about today. Where I'm not even going to be cooking because, well, yeah, I don't feel like cooking anything, and I'm not inspired to really be cooking. And I kind of want to finish this painting that, well, not even finished. I'm going to start this painting, but I got this idea late at night. I drew a really quick sketch. It's wonderfully inspired, and it's kind of it's a weird idea of human emotions attached with metamorphosis and some other psychobabble, if you want to throw it all in there together. Whatever. Alright. A person like me who does a lot of random nothing. I call it random nothing because it really is a lot of random stuff that really makes no sense to most people. I paint over my canvases over and over again, so I reuse them until I find something nice that I actually like. Sometimes it's just for the fun of it that I play around with colors. Now, so I talk a lot of random babble, but you know what? That's fun. Now, and what was I talking about? Yeah. So while I do a lot of stuff with my life, it's like a lot of random stuff that a lot of people don't expect they to do with life. A lot of ways how I see life, which most people would, if they take a moment of not seeing me as a nutcase, which I clearly can't really prove that. It's more under how I like to present the concepts and ideas of being able to do a lot more, just thinking on your own and not being so held up with many ideas that society shows us. We show that children should have all this technology, yet they don't know the experiences that we had to go through so that we would understand life, that we would accept life, that we that created us and made us so interesting and happy. But you know what? I would rather take time to get, to learn stuff from scratch, to learn how it didn't start off like this. It didn't come out of a box. Some things began somewhere. And as they began somewhere, I would like to, show how everything's kind of connected in our brains. Why do we do this? Why do we do that? There's a relations of our past that would make us do things like this. Oh, why do parents give all their kids all this kind of stuff? It's more how they want to give all the stuff that they never had. But the thing is that they had to work for it. And at the same time, they had to get that idea of giving their kids that stuff because their parents owe whatever the parents did to them. But you know what? It's all connected. All our thoughts are all connected. And we're kind of a bunch of lunatics, if you really boil it down to it, of how we actually think. But that's fine. I'm not saying lunatics are bad. I'm saying that people that choose to try not to accept their weirdness, their connectivity to their thoughts, and so on. Those people that say, it's like, oh, why are you saying that I'm crazy? I'm not crazy. I'm a normal human being. But at the same time, some people think that they're boring because of that. Some people that think it's like, oh, I'm too weird to actually do stuff. I'm too weird to, go out and hang out with certain people or going out to this place and so forth. There's so much prejudice to so many crazy ideas that people do. I really don't know how the hell can some of these sections of society survive without self-destructing. Really, just think about it. Think about how some people are just so self-destructive. And I don't mean that people are bad for each other where they're going to kill each other off. I mean, people kill themselves off in lunacy. There's so much stuff that's happening now in our times and in our lives that even in the news, I mean, I have stopped watching the news because there's such crap. When I say such crap, I mean people do so much stuff that it's like, oh yeah, anti, and then there's a anti-anti. So it's the anti-someone, and there's an anti-someone to that first anti-someone. So you're like layers upon negativity. If you just step back and realize none of the shit is that bad, just breathe in. You have your opinion. You can complain. It's fine. We all have the opinion to complain. Our amendment stating that we have and you know what? Let's clarify. We have the right to be stupid and speak as much as we want. The moment that you start being a dick about it, that kind of ruins it. Oh crap! I'm painting in this shirt. I don't want to ruin the shirt. I don't want to get paint on it. Yeah, this is the shirt I want to use because I didn't. So yes, there's so much that people do, But the thing is that we allow the freedom of speech, but sometimes people don't want to share the same opinions or want to hear other people's opinions. You know what? That's fine. I will accept people not wanting to listen, but the moment that they start telling me that I'm wrong constantly, that's when where people start getting their buttons pushed. There's so many phobias out there. It's not funny. Not too many phobias. People are so unhappy. As they're so unhappy with so many phobias, that society's telling them, it's like, oh no, this is the right thing now. Now this is the right thing. Oh, all these people who are terrified of this stuff. You know what? Sometimes, like with evolution, which, shoot, whenever I talk to people that don't believe in evolution, that kind of weirds me out, but I don't tell them that they're wrong. I let them, do their thing. So, where was I? Oh yeah, people who are saying, it's like, oh, you should, just let stuff happen or so on. There's, I like to compare people to different aspects of nature. There's these types of monkeys that live in these mountains that have this area of hot springs. Now, the young ones will learn new tricks, which the older ones will never do. Like one of the things that the younger monkeys would do is like one thing that they would do is that they learned that they could dive down into the hot springs where they can pick up all these little things of food that were at the bottom of the hot spring. Just like, different fruits or so on that didn't float, they just sink to the bottom. And the thing is that the monkeys could actually swim down there. The young ones would swim down there, pick them up, and eat them. And the older monkeys would just like ignorance, like, oh, whatever. And they would never do it. It's like an evolutionary trait or skill that would be learned, where whenever it was not taught to the older generations, the younger generations could actually do more things because they choose to learn. And then that little skill was passed on and on and on. There were all sorts of traits between these apes. Now, yes, how can you say, oh, you can't call us monkeys, for those who do not believe in evolution? Well, you know what? I'm not calling us monkeys. I'm calling all humans a way of the same status and ideas of that a generation will not learn while they're still alive. There's a lot of generations that will not accept things. And you know what? That's fine. If we wait long enough, you're going to realize in the future, you're going to be seen as really strange, really weird. And then there's going to be a new generation that will be accepting of so many other things that you said no to. Oh, yes, the collapse of the human life, of whatever it may be. You know what? I don't care. You're screwing it up for yourself. You're really screwing it up for yourself. And I'm not saying that you're wrong right now. It's just that there's going to be others that are going to start claiming different things. We're going to change. We may have something that happens, another war or another revolution of sorts that happens, a local revolution, that then people will start going, it's like, oh no, this all happened because of certain problem that we have now. And you know what? It's going to happen. You're going to, let's say the people who say, oh, homosexuality this, suddenly that our whole generation dies out, and then everyone's accepting. Then they're going to have another thing to complain about. Oh, people who keep on using cell phones that are not smartphones. Who knows? I'm saying just something stupid, just to prove a point. The point is that we really don't learn what the heck we're talking about. Sometimes there's so many things that can make our lives very easy if we just accepted them. I'm just saying, giving you a heads up. I'm at the 10-minute mark. Alright, I'm going to have to make another video.